Hi, good morning. This is Dylan Jovanet with Behind the Markets. You know, the market's been selling off on this Russia-Ukraine stuff and a lot of inflation headlines. And I just wanted to go over with you or to explain to you, there are 4 steps to profit. It's not a panic. When you watch the market coming down, it's very systematic. For those of you who remember how COVID was, it was just selling off crazy every day, down 1,000 every day. This is just more, this market sell-off is actually quite a rational market sell-off. It's like the market's walking down steps, just systematically walking down to a new level to reprice a new level with higher interest rates and some of these inflation effects. So this is actually quite rational, but a lot of people, you see this day after day after day, some people start to panic. I mean, it's just red every day. It's anxiety for a lot of folks every day. It gets them very, very nervous. And, there are 4 steps that I always advise taking advantage of during a sell-off like this or a market panic. And the first thing you need to keep in mind, step 1 is you can't make money if you're panicking or really anxious too. So this is just not going to happen. This is about avoiding that. So step number 1, you can't make money if you're panicking too, so you got to keep your cool. I try to break the world down into things I can control and things outside of my control. Basically, everything the market does, it's outside of my control. I can't control that. The only thing that I can control is how I react to that. And that's what we're going to talk about in step 2. Step 2, sit down and write a shopping list of stocks. Now, you've sat on the sidelines and you watch some of these companies like Amazon, Google, Apple explode over the past 10, 15, 20 years. Well, guess what? You're going to get an opportunity to buy some of your favorite companies again at lower prices. So, that's great news. All those stocks that are great businesses, that you wish you bought at a lower price, they're coming back down to the strike zone. So, you're going to get an opportunity to swing the bat on a lot of these amazing companies at a better price than you have had in, years and years and years. But you got to be ready. And that brings us to step 3. Sell whatever stocks are keeping you up at night. So, when I was a young guy on Wall Street, I remember I owned like 10,000 shares of a stock, and it was driving me crazy. Every night it was up a point, I'd be excited. It was down 2 points, I'd be anxious. And I remember at a party one day, I said to an old timer, I said, "Hey, you know what? This stock XYZ is driving me crazy. I can't sleep at night. I'm so anxious." Again, I was in my 20s, and he said, "Well, sell it down to your sleeping level." And what he meant by that was sell it down from 10,000 shares to 2,000 or 5,000 or 1,000 or 500. Sell whatever amount of stock you need to get a good night's sleep. You shouldn't own any share above what will get you a good night's sleep. So if you own 1,000 shares of something and it's keeping you up at night, maybe owning 500 shares will get you a good night's sleep, or 200 shares. Whatever that number is, sell it down to your sleeping level. And finally, get ready to pounce. So number 1, we've talked about keeping your cool, because you can't profit if you panic and you start losing your cool. Number 2, we said sit down and write a list of the stocks that you've missed out on, the biggest stocks that you wish you could have bought cheaper. 3, sell whatever stocks are keeping you up at night. And if sell them down to a level that makes you comfortable. And number 4, get ready to pounce. Because as this market walks down this ladder, it's going to come to a level that's, whether it's at 30,000, the Dow, or 29 or 31, but it's going to come to a level sooner than later that's going to make it look like a big fat pitch right across the strike zone. And when it comes to that level, believe me, I'll let you know.